Welcome to another segment with Dave and myself. Dave is back. He got pregnant. Now he's back. Done with the baby thing. Now he's back. Gave him too much tea up at one of those segments and it never went down. Today, as you can see, we got this chaos and this pandemonium. And you're probably wondering what's going on here. Well, look at my little planetary rotation. That's a copper ball spinning the opposite direction of a vortex field. Now, isn't that interesting? And to show you really how to shake and rock and roll. Look at that, eh? And the ball is, and the blade is spinning the opposite direction. Isn't that interesting? A copper, and if you notice on that copper, you see that black stuff? First, I thought might have been magnetic dust, but it turns out that's nano dust. That field, that torrid field is creating to break down the particulates in the air, and this is collecting it. Interesting, eh? I'm figuring ways to get it out of the air while we're breathing. This is a biflower field. This is something you might want to put by your bed. We're not going to show you this today because it takes too long. We're going to show you a lot of other things you can do for sleeping. And this is a Merkaba that I built. A friend of mine, of Israel descent, sent me this. So I built four of these plates together, actually like a capacitor and a discharger at the same time. It really jacks up the field. So if you put a magnet here and a magnet here, you got some contortions going on.
And you're just running electric field through that?
Yeah, it's a pulsing field.
Okay. And
it's pulsing me, so it's turning off the nano. This is a bigger version of it here. Way bigger. And again, the idea is to run these in your room, but that'll be for another segment. So, but right now, just giving you an idea that things are developing, and we are trying to keep everybody, you know, in the loop. And some of you are getting my videos anyway. You know, we're testing things out to see what's working, what isn't working, and you know, trying to keep things going. You know, primarily. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. This part. Let's put myself in the process. This should go in here. Oh, that's that one. Now the big one will go. Should go. Back in business. Okay. We'll be working down the field. You see me glowing in the dark and elevating and moving around, you know that. We're going to take that off, minimize any noise. What I'll do is I'll take these down on the peg. There we go. Just basically put them up around everything. Get there. Alright. A lot of you can't sleep. A lot of you are being hit with frequencies. A lot of you are feeling pain. We're at the Green Show and we're showing people that they had nano growing out of the hand, and we are going to do a segment on that today so you can see that shit is coming out of your body that shouldn't be there, and it's coming from the sky. It's coming from your food. It's coming from your water. It's coming from your hygienic products. While we're on that topic, we're going to talk about women real quick. You women wear a tampon. You stick this towel up into your flower during that monthly time, and then during the course of the day, you pull it out. But what's happening is you're leaving tiny little fibers inside the opening. Those fibers accumulate and assemble. And some of you are sick all the time. Same with the pad. You put the pad on in your panties, you put it on, pull it off, take the thing off, throw it away, put a new one on. Now you're getting fibers on the top part of your flower. So what's happening is these nanoparticulates, or these nano silver materials that they're using, is embedding itself inside your reproductive system, causing yeast infections or biofilm. A lot of you don't even have yeast, you have biofilm. So, the solution to that is the vinegar and water solution, and add a little copper or iodine with it so that when it goes in, it'll break up those mucosal proteins that are binding these things, and things may start coming out. So if you start seeing fibers and fur balls coming out of you, that's those tampons. They've been designed to hijack the reproductive system. So I know I'm talking about this so it gets you to think what you're putting inside of you, what you're pulling out, what might be left behind, and a lot of that is nanotechnology. All right. Today we're going to show you how to build a vortex. We're going to use a small fan. Everything's going to fall down now that we're doing this. And basically, you can get any fan will do. These are all vortex fans that I've modified. This has got one blade broke, so I kept it running. I put a CD disc in here. I put a, I forget what they call them. Come out of a hard drive, silver disc there, with magnets, putting a magnet on top, and it creates a vortex or torrid field. This will create a magnetic bubble of about 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, so up and down. So when you're in that bubble, those of you who've got the nano poisoning, and I'm not referring to it as Morgellons anymore, I think that's a lot of bullshit. We got to call it what it is, nano poisoning or synthetic biology. This will deactivate or turn off a lot of that nano in you, and so when it starts coming out, it'll come out charred and black. Alright, I'm going to be working on my torrid field, so I'm going to be constantly being pulsed. Now,
How do you spell that?
Torrid?
Torrid. Torrid. T-O-R-R-I-D?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use a fan. Dun, 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 dun. So if you're in Canada, or in Ontario I should say, yeah, shit all over the place. Princess Auto. These are little powerful buggers, I'll tell you. I forgot my key. I'll get them in a second. Alright, what we're going to do, one side.
It's like when you have these moments of...
Yeah, I would have said something else, but I would have been speaking in stronger Canadian tongues, but wouldn't be appropriate for the audience. I'm sorry, I just woke up. Alright, so we're going to put magnets here. My glue gun's ready to go. Still warming up. We had a power shortage this morning, so we're running a little late. We're going to put the magnets here. I'm going to put a little copper tape here. I might have something. Okay, the station identification break, because we have to go get the tape. Okay, this is the copper tape. You're going to have to order this on eBay if you're in Canada. I don't know where else you can get it in the US, but I have to order it on eBay or Amazon. That's your copper tape. This is, I believe, a 1-inch tape. Okay, doesn't matter the size, because you can cut it any way you like. So what we're going to do...
And why copper? Just it doesn't impede the field, or
it
amplifies it?
Amplifies it, and seems to be that when you create a magnetic field, because the idea behind this is to turn off the nano in the system, and to create a dispersion of the frequency. So copper and the magnet seem to do both, and copper seems to be anti-magnetic. It really fights the magnetic field. Now, we are going to use neodyme. These are going to be a little bit more on the expensive side, but they work good. Now, if you can't afford it, doesn't matter. Go get the ceramic magnets. I put these on there because if I'm going to use these things in my room or whatever, I want something that's going to have a bit of a kick, some power. Okay, so we're going to have 5 magnets, and you can tell. Launch. See, the field is working. Here.
And the pulsing?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's running off of a battery charger.
Reminds me of me after taking tea up.
There you go. Surprise your wife to say, cut that bloody thing off. Where's my knife? Anyway, yeah, so you can see. Whoa.
Oh.
Well, the way I've amplified this field is I put a neodyme inside of here. So it really does. Boy, it just wants to go all over the place. See, ta-da. See, that's me with a redhead now. You should not put it where you go. Now, if you put the thing on the wrong thing, it'll still flip it over. Look at this. Watch. Watch. Ready? Ta-da. Flips it right over.
Nice.
Yeah, so you go here a little closer and a little closer. And next thing you know, it says, let there be a pulse. Okay, lets me know I'm alive. All right, so what the heck? Oh yeah, go in there, it'll suck it right in. Dark, the black hole, it'll leave you right there. Aha! You ain't going nowhere near. Now, what you do is separate these things, just put them on the edge and separate them. What I do is, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the inside, because the inside's harder to tape. That's the only reason why I do it that way. And again, you can go anywhere you like. You can put them all in one field. In this case, I'm going to put them all in one field, or you can mix them up. Doesn't matter. It'll create its own field. And it's really cool what it does. You got your hot glue gun going. It's got to be hot. So anyhow, we'll put a little dab there. Now, if you put it on the thing, be careful with your hand, because it will let you know you're alive. You'll be doing a dance kind of thing. See something on my finger already. Basically, put it on. Give it a squeeze, so she's in. And then what I do afterwards to reinforce it, because these things have a certain amount of vibration. I mean, they run smooth, but any fan has a little bit of a vibration. So these things will work loose. So basically, I just take it and go right across, like that. And I might put one up on top and one on the bottom. That's it. And then just let it dry. And then repeat the process with all the blades. So,
and how do you know which direction to put it in?
you just pick one.
Pick one.
It doesn't matter.
But are you going to do the opposite on the other side of the fan? Is that the
No,
idea?
the other side of the fan, I'm just going to put tape. That's why I want top tape.
Oh, I see.
The idea is as it creates the field, the particles go through that bubble. It disengages the program. See, we got to disengage the program of these particulates. They are all programmable. When they get inside of you, they can be hit with a frequency and network. Now, there's a new product out there called C60. Some of you have been contacting me about C60. It's carbon 60 fullerene. This thing, whoever's selling this, should be flogged. Literally flogged. And anybody who's falling for this bullshit should have their head examined. If you're falling for that bullshit, you haven't read the research on nanotechnology, and shame on you for that. We've got Brian 396 has got pages on it. I have pages on it. Bye Bye Blue Sky has pages on it. And if you are still being gutturally misled with these nano products that are being out there, even hijacking you with nano products since 1960 with silica. And there's more and more research coming out on the toxicology of silica causing fibrogenesis because of the DNA destruction that it does. Carbon 60 cannot be absorbed by the body. It is 3 times harder than diamond, 100 times harder than steel, and then they're wrapping it in a fat. That's a liposome. Now, the new technology on remote neural control is that now they're going to be firing a beam directly into a person to be able to manipulate or control them, or that you might hear the voice of God, or whatever it is they might do. Now, how do you think they're going to be doing this technologically? They have to have an access point to get to you. Well, carbon is the most conductive material on the planet. It has no resistance, very durable, and now you're consuming it. It hits the gut. The gut says, I can't do anything with it because it's a diamond, harder than diamond, and it's wrapped in the fat. The colon gets to it, says, I can't do anything with it either. Then it gets to the liver, and the liver says, oh, what do we got here? Olive oil or coconut oil, whatever the heck is in there. We'll send it to the brain. Oh, the brain says, hey, look what we got. We got some carbon. Now the carbon lodges itself to the brain, and now you have a transceiver material that can now is programmable, so that now you can be attached to whatever system they want you attached to and completely being monitored. How do you like those apples? But nobody reads, nobody studies, nobody takes a look at the nano and what a fullerene is, what carbon C60 is. They showed you one little thing of how it did something for somebody, and it's an antioxidant more powerful than this, but you don't read. How in the hell are you going to be able to absorb this? So these are frequency weapons that they're using against mankind. Get over it. Don't believe anything in this industry anymore. Until you actually research it, don't buy anything anymore. And if you're seeing 500 articles saying that something is dangerous and only one article saying that it's good, you might want to consider that maybe somebody is exaggerating the facts on something being good. It is a possibility. Okay. And on that little rant there. Okay, so now what I do is, okay, I'll test the magnet. If it's attracting Then I'm going to go put it on the opposite here because I want them all the same field. So right now I know I put it there, it's going to
Gotcha.
draw
So
it there.
that answers my question
Yeah.
from earlier is, are you alternating fields, or are you
No.
all keeping them same
Okay,
size? So
I'm-
it doesn't really matter which
No.
side you pick as long as they're all consistent.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to hit it here. Have a little dab will do ya. Yeah, I'm a little too much into dabbing. Where'd you go? Come here, you little bug. Okay, so now we push it in really hard. Take the gun. Then we go across. Someone's going to say, hey, that's a cross you're making. Yep, just in case it comes out and doesn't kill you. If it does kill you, you're going to a better place. At least that's what they tell me. I've never been there, so I don't know.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it. I had a minister, 3 Hearts down in Texas. Her name was Sherry, and she was advocating her videos. And she says, I gotta warn y'all, he curses. We don't curse. We're not cursing anybody. We might be speaking in Canadian tongues, and strong Canadian tongues, mind you, but that's not a curse. But anyway, no, but she's really good. She's been really on a tear on all of this. You know, the Nano, the mind control, all this stuff. She's been one of the few ministers, I gotta tell you, and I'm gonna sound very macho and salt of the earth here. She's got more balls than some men I know. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. She's got more balls than some men I know. That's a compliment, Sherry, so don't take that the wrong way. And I know you don't have a set of balls, but that's just an expression. You know, she's got more balls and more courage than more than some men I know. She's coming out there and she is telling it like it is into her congregation. And if you're a part of her congregation, you might want to pay attention to what this woman is telling you. You know, so she is telling it the way it is, and she's putting it on the line too. So I have to respect anybody who tells the truth. And I give credit where credit is due, and she deserves the credit for what she's saying. So anyway, she's probably gonna turn red. No, she's good. She really is. Someone would think I'm sexist, but I'm not. I tell it the way it is. You know, just I find. You know, when you do find a woman that really has got some credentials there, it's like, oh, okay, you know. A little trouble. So far, we're doing this unhinged.
How much do you think roughly cost of materials for everything?
Okay, now, those of us in Ontario, I don't know, in Canada, I think you can get Princess Daughters or Red Cross. That's one store I like and hate at the same time, because they got good stuff in there.
They got awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff, and it's not bad priced either. I just bought that spool of wire to do triangles and stuff with. It's a little pricier, but it's here in Canada. I don't have to order through the U.S. and go there and get and all that. But this, I think, was like, what is it, 10, 12 bucks?
$12.
That's it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's a good fan too. It's got a,
Oh, man.
It's got a kick. And then
It's 120 volt too, eh? Like
yeah.
that's.
and then the power, the plug, was $1.99. Now that's Canadian prices, mind you, not U.S. And the magnets are a little bit. This is where they rape us here. If you go to Home Depot in the United States and you buy these dimes for about $3, in Canada, grab your ankles, bend over, and offer your backside. It's going to cost you $10 all plus for those same 3 magnets. So here we get a little raped on that, but what are you going to do? You know, go across the board and says, what are you doing? What's the purpose of your visit? I'm getting neodyme magnets. Don't they have those in Canada? Yes, but they're raping us over there for a magnet. So I mean, that's the same thing here. Okay. Last but not least, man, like I knew what I was doing. Okay. I didn't burn myself or start yelling and speaking in tongues.
This is the first take too. It's not like it's.
I've done this before. Okay, so Now we'll let that dry. So now what we do is we flip it over. Flip it over, Rover. Okay, then we're going to take some tape, copper tape. Now you don't have to do the copper tape. If you want, you can leave it run like it is, or you can put another set of magnets on the other side. There's many variations to this. Okay, so expand your horizons, do your research, and test it. Put it together. Build it. Hey, you can do this, you know. Now, the other thing I want to make a comment on, I hear comments all the time, and again, thinking about the minister there, Preacher Sherry there, she says she's a girly girl. I like girly girls. I really do. I think girly girls are sexy, pretty, and feminine, and the whole 9 yards. But I also know that God gave you 2 hands, 2 feet, and a heartbeat. He gave you a brain. So that means if I can do this, even a girly girl like you can do it too. And I'm not talking to just the minister. I'm talking to all you girly girls. Because sometimes at the Green Show, that's what we say. Well, I'm a girly girl. Yeah, so all women have high beams and, you know, thick hips and the flower. That doesn't make you incapable of this. Use it. God gave it to you to use. What the hell are you waiting for? And try it. At least make the attempt. You might surprise yourself and say, hey, that wasn't so bad. And then you'll have more confidence, feeling more secure with the next project you might want to attempt. Just a comment I'm throwing out there. Because everyone's been told, well, you're this, you're that, talk about even color. You got a black person, a white person. I've never seen a black man in my life. You know that? I gotta tell you, this is the color black. Right here. Okay. You ever see anybody looking at that color out there? No. Okay, white. This is the color white. I've never seen a person look like that either. I've seen some pale looking people, but not white.
Right.
Okay, now my point on that is, it's language and division. Right now, I'm going to make a comment about this too. In Canada, the European is being targeted. Throughout the world, actually. But if you're European and you're in this country, or you want to come to this country, they won't let you come in. But if you're from some part of the world where now you got terrorists running free and shooting everybody, come on in. Welcome to Canada. The point I'm making there is Europeans need to start calling themselves European descent, not white. We're not white. I don't look like that. Do I look like that? No. And those people who have the darkest skin need to call themselves by their ethnic background. African descent, East Indian descent, Caribbean descent, wherever you're from. Okay? You gotta quit this language thing that they've got us talking, because that is so crazy. I was thinking about it the other day, but this is the problem. Everyone thinks that they're black and white. We're not black and white. Okay. Put that on there. This is where it can be a little fun. You gotta try to line that thing up. And then you get, oh, look at that, like I knew what I was doing. Holy cow.
I guess when you phrase it like that, it sounds like we're closer than further apart.
Yeah, exactly. When we start talking, okay, I'm Mediterranean. My parents come from the Mediterranean. I'm of Mediterranean descent. I'm also Semitic. Those people might think, sometimes I speak against the protocols of Zion. Those have nothing to do with Jews at all. And Jews, the word Jew is a bad word too. That was, I found out about that? Instead of calling people descent of Israel or people of Israel or descendants of Israel, instead of calling them that, they call them Jews. And Jews was a very derogatory term. So we shouldn't be calling people Jewish either. We should be calling them descendants of Israel. That's what they truly are. Anyway, when you start looking at some of our language and how they've programmed us to be separate and hateful, it's a wonder. It really is a wonder when you start looking at some of this thing. And I'm presenting this to you not because I'm trying to, create diversity, but I'm trying to create diversity. Diversity us against the people that are causing this problem. Because you need to understand we are not, there's no red man, there's no white man. I've never seen a red man in my life either. Look at that, like, holy cow.
You going in?
It's going in. Jeez, like I knew what I was doing.
Unbelievable, Tony.
Yeah, sometimes. Murphy's Law thing hasn't kicked in yet. It's because I haven't had my coffee. That's what it is. Now, basically take a knife or some flat edge and just tuck it over and then go on the other side and you can bring it down.
Wrapping it around.
Yeah, wrapping it around. We're going to be a rapper here today. I'm a rapper. Okay.
I'm a rapper.
I'm a rapper. I'm rapping around, dude. Wrapping it around that blade. Yes, I'm a rapper. So,
Well, before we started recording, you had that. I swear, I thought it was a line out of some kind of rock song or something like that because it was so good. But I can't remember what it was. I can't remember how you said it.
because we were pulsed by the aliens and they don't want us to remember. But today we had a hard time getting started because power was off. Dave came in. He said, "Dave, we have no power." He says, "Yeah, I know." He's coming in and we couldn't even get a Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
That's bad. Brain's not engaged yet, so if things come out of my mouth that shouldn't. That's why.
That's what you're blaming it on.
That's what I'm blaming it
That's
on.
what you're going with.
I'm going with. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Same thing. Oh, I should have missed that one. Crap. Okay. Just, I mean, sometimes you.
Jinxed it now, Tony.
Yeah, I know. See, I shouldn't have said nothing. Yeah, stupid me. That's what happens. See. Yeah, I gotta go this way. People are watching these videos from Europe. Don't come to Canada unless you're ready to be prepared to be, crapped on really hard now.
Can you just pull your hand away for like a sec? I just want to get a sense of.
That's what we're doing. Oh, my magic knife here.
Yeah, I got you.
Basically, all we're doing is just putting a piece of tape, foil.
On the blade.
Yeah, and it's
covering as much as the surface area of the blade as you can.
That's all. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you cover the whole thing, that's fine, But the idea is and we can always add, okay, see, I got that little bit there. So let's say I want to cover the whole blade. Okay, so I'll take another piece of tape, foil. So I'm going to make this a little easier to take apart. This is where Girl comes in because they got the dainty hands and they work on this crap better.
Yeah, when you can't separate those, drives me crazy too.
Okay, here we go. The last one. Wow. We finally got there. Jeez, I kind of screwed that one up too. Shoot. Almost got them all. Oh, look at that. That one worked that time. Okay, so stop there. That's all right. Going over. Okay, so as you can see, we have copper. We have the magnet. Now, does it work? That's the question. Does it work? Now, see, you got these two little prongs here. These things are really cool. And all you need now is a two-prong plug. You have right here, I think. Oh, we got the wrong one. Then you hear me speaking in tongues, Canadian tongues. Oh. Okay. So far. Look at that rubber, you'll never get it. Okay, here we go. Rubber like that. Wow. Big rubber band for a little thing. Okay, so we got the two holes. Alrighty. We have a plug. We have a plug somewhere. I know we got one. Got one there.
What about
Cool.
below? Or
Right on everywhere. These are the auxiliary plugs. Everything else full. Okay, so is it gonna work? That is the question.
you can put it to either side too, right?
Yeah.
It's going to just spin the opposite direction?
Yeah. No.
Same
Look
direction.
at that, eh? Look at that. Talk about the power. It'll spin. So you may have to take the thing down. But that will put a field out there and we'll test it. The EMF tester. We not only tap the field, look at that. We're just going up.
The cities.
Yeah.
So what is that reading there? 258?
We're tapping this at 1,000 microteslas, and it's going way up, but it's still picking up. Look at that. Now, this will disengage the programming. It's activating the Nano. And what you can do with this, you can build two of them, one on the floor, hold one above you, and you'll create a major porous bubble, which will then scramble the field. You can have this run beside your bed, or about 3 feet away, and you might be able to sleep again because this is going to disperse the field. I forgot that the reading might be erroneous because You still
Oh,
have-
you got
it's
from the
still
bottom there. Yeah, yeah.
And what it did, it amplified. It amplified
Gotcha.
the pulse from the bottom. But again, it's interesting. That little fan jacked up the pulse from this Templar biplane foil. But there you go. Real simple. Simple to do. And easy. Now, we're going to continue. We're not going to shut off the tape. But this is one way to protect yourself. I'm going to show you how to protect. Defend and protect. Okay? You put this in your room, and you put it by your workplace. You can even lay it flat if you want. And now, just to show you, you have a magnet here. You can feel it pulsing. We'll let Dave hold it with his hand. Put it real tight there, Dave. Feel the power. Feel the power.
Oh, yeah.
Feel the pulse. Yeah.
Yep.
See, either way, and that's on the copper side. On this side, it's even more.
Right.
Okay.
Special
Now,
magnets. Yeah.
you can put this anywhere. You can even do it this way. Okay, let's say I feel like I'm having one of those moments where my head has got the crawly things going and I got the nano coming out of my skull. So if I want to hold it like this, it's going to go down about 3 feet by 3 feet. So I'm now disengaging the bubble. I've got one woman that's using it. She says it feels like something's unwrapping in her body. And then what you do is you flip it over. Okay? Now, if I put it here, midpoint, I'm covering the whole body, up and down. And you can go like this, you can go like this, up and down, in and out, flip it over. So you have many uses for this thing to help you in the disengagement. Let's say you're doing the bucket. Have this on you when you're doing the bucket. Like that. Okay, like that even. Or put it on your legs when you're doing it. Lots of uses for this thing. Okay, and you'll find it's going to make a huge difference. It creates what they call a torrid field or vortex magnetic bubble. Anything coming within the range of that bubble is going to get disengaged. And when you're looking at the nanoparticulates that we have in the air right now, we're breathing the stuff that's at ground level. We should show an example of that too. The particles. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have to pause that thing again.
Well, the question before, I don't want to forget about it.
Okay.
Just in terms, the only thing that comes to my mind is any health concerns, say for example pacemakers.
It shouldn't affect it. It's not that strong. At the bubble, I mean, you can try it. Okay, now if you find it's causing a palpitation or an irregularity, then you got it. Then don't keep it near the heart anyway. As you can see, it was down here. Okay. Last I checked, my heart's not down there. It was at one time, but not today. Okay. I got it in my midpoint. Okay. And as you can see, I got it above me. Okay. I don't have it here. So try to keep it. Try to keep it, like I said, below and above the heart. Normally, I don't tell people to put anything electrical around the heart. So at this point here, you should be fine. At this point here, you should be fine. Okay. And if you put it between your feet, way down, you should be fine. So, as far as I can tell, as far as I have seen, okay, you shouldn't have an issue. Now, for you girly girls, you saw how easy that was. Hear that thing revving up?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if the camera caught it, but
Okay. You got the power. I'll put it down here so that
or just lay it down. It was fine laying down, I think.
But now it's blowing that field. Now, you girly girls, you can do this now. Those you say I can't do it, too scared to try it, you make me build this thing for you, I'm going to charge you $60 plus shipping. Okay? I'm going to jack these things up high, high, high until I force you to take the bull by the horn. Okay? Take the bull by the horn, because again, you're taking my time now to build these things for you. And you need to start engaging in this. Okay? I'm just one guy. There's many of you. And the more of you that engage, the more of you that can help other people. That's the whole thing behind these videos. That I can do it, I show you how, you do it, you show your friends how, or you would help your friends. And we are all protected. See how that works? And I don't care what your ethnicity is, what your background is, anybody can do this. Anybody. Okay? Alright. I'll turn it off. If you want to, if you want to slow it down, you can just do that. And everything. Now, word of caution, or word of, not caution, but eventually, because of the velocity and the vibration of this motor, that tape will eventually work loose. So when it does, just peel off the glue, old glue, peel off from the blade, put some new one on there, and you're back in business. I find they go, the longest I've got, well, I got one going that hasn't had anything happen to it yet, as far as the glue wore out, but I've had them go 3, 4, 5 months, and then they let go, you know, and then you gotta, oh no, you just pull them out, take off the glue, and paint them back, and glue them back on. Alrighty, that was simple enough. I'm going to, I think we might title this one, Protecting Yourself from Insanity. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show, a lot of you work in front of your computers. You're around Wi-Fi. You're around all kinds of techno-destructive DNA crap.
Should this be another video or no?
No, put it all in one.
Alright.
Put it in one. We're going to go, this way we won't lose their attention. First we're going to get overwhelmed with all the mojo here. The earth-shaking thing. See? Look at that. I had an idea about this. This is my Superman bullet bouncing material. This is an RF shield. You can order these online.
You see? Wow.
Okay. I carry them here. They're not cheap, so you know. But, you see that material? I make a poncho out of mine. I got one on.
Oh yeah, I can see it, yeah. I see it underneath the collar.
Yeah. Well, just in case people say, oh, you're lying. No, I don't lie. There you go. See? Poncho. I made a poncho out of this because I got tired of my monitor attacking me when I was, you know, going into sites that is considered forbidden, finding information about some of the stuff that we're being exposed to. So what I did is I built this, and then I put a copper plate underneath, over my chest. You never know when you're driving down the road, someone might hit you with a microwave or a radio frequency to try to take you out. But anyway, for those of us who are just normal people trying to just get through life, you know, I don't know, and I guess I should define the term normally. I get a pair of scissors here. Well,
How much is the RF shield?
Depends on the size. They can range. I just bought a big
Are we
one.
talking $100?
This one's probably going to cost close to $60 because of the size. Shop around on Amazon and eBay. But what you can do, oh, well, that was interesting. I have a magnetic attraction there. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so maybe I should disconnect you for a second. Over there, now. It came up blue. So, okay, what we're going to do is just cut off maybe half. Don't need the whole thing. Now again, you can get this at different sizes, different dimensions. If you're an activist, I suggest you consider this as a shield for you. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to measure distance. I'm going to cut it too short, that's okay, that should work. Alright, so take it, find the midpoint. It's easy enough to find. Just go like that. Boom, there's your midpoint. Put a little mark. Okay, see? You don't even need a ruler. So then all you do, what I did, is I took it, put my scissor some of you guys are women are seamstresses. See, I'm a guy kind of guy, I'm a girly guy, guy.
But at least you're trying.
But yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying. See, this is out of my field, out of my league here. You women are good at the sewing and the needling and all that stuff.
They're probably
some of you
shaking their heads watching it right now.
Saying, what the hell is that guy doing? That goofy bastard. Basically, we're going to cut a slit, okay? About 10 inches, because you're going to need at least 10 or 12 inches, depending how big your head is. Get a big head, you need more space, but
I wonder if you can line this, like your pockets with this. Like, would this be good for a phone? You know what I mean? If people carry a phone in the pocket.
We got the phone pouch.
Oh yeah, no, I know you got the
You
thing.
can do that too. I put money in here because sometimes, okay, it's been reported that people have come out of casinos and the police officers in certain areas have robbed people of the money and the earnings they won out of the casino. Well,
they've robbed people?
Yeah.
What?
They pull them over and says, well, that could be used for drugs or whatever. So the police officers are taking the money. Now, it's been reported in certain states and in some places out west in Western Canada. Now, whether or not that's fully true or not, I don't know. But the idea is if even if it wasn't a cop, let's say somebody who was dressing up like a cop, that comes up to you and says, well, we read your car and you got all this money on you and we think you're dealing drugs. So we're going to take that from you just to make sure that the money doesn't go to drugs. So now, basically, I have just made an ice slide. I just made a shield, a poncho. And the reason why I made this poncho, front and back, now you can attach it if you want to, you don't have to, just put it between the shirts, and the shirt wraps up around it. When you're in front of the computer, this is going to block the frequencies. And again, you can make it so that you can make even a collar up here. Block your throat, protect your thyroid. Now what I do here on the sides is I'll put a little tape here, duct tape or whatever. If you don't want to sew, you don't want to perforate this in any way, shape, or form, because once you perforate it, you penetrate. Now if you want to put a piece of copper plate in the back, you can. You can add protection. But there you go, something that simple. As for those of you who are TIs and you're getting hit with radio frequencies, you might want to consider even making some of this into a baseball cap or a material, which we are also going to show you another way of doing too. So there you have it, a simple little poncho that you can make. Now, for those of you who are hiding your money, putting it in a bank, it'd be a good idea to line your container with something like this so radio frequency cannot read your dollars, because your dollars all have microchips in them. Okay? Seal it up, put it in a box, paint the box with aluminum and iron oxide, or paint it with lead paint. Get some lead powder, mix it in some paint, and paint it. You have now shielded any prying eyes that may think you have money at home. For those of you who are prepping and keeping money outside the bank. Because the banks are a little funny about you keeping money outside the bank because they want to take your money so they can charge you for services that you don't need. So anyway, that's another concept there. Okay, want to pause just for a second?
Sure.
Okay, so now we're back. Okay, see this here? Copper. People always say, how come you're wearing all this copper? Because I want to talk to aliens so I can shoot the bastards taking us over. Anyway, no, it's not the reason why. I'm just kidding. Alright, no, this is basically because copper is what we need. For our brains to function, copper creates stems for cells to attach to so that we can have our brains functioning. They tell you, oh, copper causes amyloid plaque protein buildup, blah, blah. What's causing the amyloid plaque protein buildup is the nanoparticles, the nanosilica they fed us when we were younger. And we've been accumulating that shit for 5 decades. So obviously, and what does silica do? These bastards in the health room say, oh, you need silica for your hair and nails. I have never used silica for my hair and nails, and I got both. And I'm an ancient bastard from way back, and I still got a head of hair. Did I use silica? No. I got my nails. Wow. Do I use silica? No. Okay, that's the myth. Silica is a toxic metal. and it's been known to be a toxic metal since 1960. There is absolutely no way you can absorb silica. It causes fibrogenesis and breakdown of the DNA. Fibromyalgia happened 10 years after they put silica in the grains. And I got news for you. All grains. All grains. That's what I've been telling you for how long? Leave that shit alone. Quit eating the bread. Quit eating the grains. Quit eating the rice. I know you Asians hate this one, but you're being killed. So anyway, on for another thing. This is what they use to trap rats in sewers. It's all copper. Oh crap.
So you trap rats?
Yeah.
Really?
They get into your gutters and stuff. They get into your homes. So this is what they use to
looking for scissors?
they get in and they get wrapped up and then they...
Oh, I see.
I see where I put it now. I had one here.
What are you looking for?
It's a copper wire that I use for threading. Crap, where did it go? Oh well. We'll wing it. Alright.
What's this?
That's just the wire. That's just wire. I had a copper spool here. I had one.
There's... Right
Oh,
there.
that's a copper wire too. Oh man. Oh, I forgot how I put it. Okay, but anyway. We gotta find that. Alright, anyhow, this is copper. So what you're gonna do, it stretches. See, it stretches. Mine just something. Stretches. Okay, so we're gonna cover her head. This one. Just to make sure we understand.
There'll be some serious friction. Let me feel this. Just
no friction. Pretty soft. See, there you go. That's rib.
it's nothing ain't getting through that.
Nothing will penetrate. It's stimulating, yes.
Oh, I'll bet there'll be some friction. There'll be some sparks. That'll be right there.
Are you kidding? You should be going, yes! It's alive now. Okay, so you put it on, have a little bit going down, get this up here, okay? Again, I don't have a mirror. So I wanna, you can even, once you get it, you can even, at this point, almost looks like a kind of, anyway.
Well, from this end, you were looking like you were about to rob a convenience store.
There you go. That's the game. Not a convenience store, it's too small. If you're gonna do something, do a bank. You know? Leave the guys.
Make it worth your time, huh?
Well, it's not that. Leave the guys at the convenience store alone. They're trying to make a living. The banks are the ones ripping you off. So, turn around fair play, I think. Yeah, that's just my thinking. I got this work. All right. So anyway, we tie the knot. We cut it. Look at that. Like we knew what we're doing. So the idea now is I want to be able to cover even part of my pineal here. Got the ideas from the Egyptians. They were being hit with frequencies, and you want it to go down to this split. Okay. So then you're going to take copper again. Okay. You want to measure this to go around your head, but not tight. Okay, I don't want it tight. I want it so that keep my head from being hit with beams. I want it so that it goes around, so it'll fit loosely, so that it'll cover an anchor. Okay, I don't want it so that's so tight that it hurts when I put it on. So then I want to cut off.
Those are some crazy scissors you got.
Okay. Magic scissors.
Those like the ones that cut like you're supposed to use for meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just enough. I screwed up on this one. This one will be for another pot. I made it too short. Yeah, these things are great to cut, I threatened if it didn't do the job during the show, I would sell it to a blue farm or something. Okay. Aha, now we're talking. See, make it loose, because what you're going to do now is you're going to tuck this underneath. This is why you want all this to come down, like I got it here, right? And now I'm going to tuck this here, underneath. Look at that, like I knew what I was doing.
Unbelievable.
The reason why I made these things for myself was for sleep and for driving. I drive sometimes to a farm to get my supplies. I don't like going to the grocery store anymore to buy anything because the majority of the shit at the grocery store is contaminated with God knows what. And I get tired of eating stuff that tastes like shit as well. So I go to a farm and I buy and I support the local farmer. And so what I do in that is I'm driving. And so when I'm driving through a field of windmills and towers. So by the time I get there and back, I'm exhausted. Tank dried out because of the frequencies that are hitting my head. I'll get TV shows popping into my head out of nowhere. I'm hearing some AM or FM music popping in my head. I'm thinking, what the hell? I'm an antenna because I got all this nano in me. So what we're going to do is this stuff. So anyway, I came up with my little own Faraday cage, which I got the idea from the Egyptians, because the Egyptians were also exposed to high levels of frequencies. If you ever look at the early pictures of the Egyptians, you'll notice that the hierarchy wore headpieces, they wore tassels, they wore a chest piece, they wore another tassel. They protected the reproductive and digestive system, they protected the respiratory and the heart, and the thymus, they protected the thyroid, they protected the hypothalamus pineal axis. But if you notice the slaves only wore a tassel. We didn't need brains, we needed reproduction, we needed more slaves. So we didn't need them smart, we just needed them to be able to boink. And that's what and so they wore a tassel. Now.
But like frequencies from where?
Oh, same place we're getting ours. You know, from their little towers that they had. You know, we call them pyramids, but those were towers. Those were power supplies. Plus, they too were being exposed to, you know, things that aren't written in history. Just looking at, if you look at cuneiform, some of you think that cuneiform, and I'm not sure how the archaeologists figured that out, that the cuneiform was a higher form of linguistics and whatever. It was the icons. This was the dumbed down version of the language. These people had become so stupid, just like today, and they couldn't read normally. They had to have everything in pictures. Because why? They were made stupid, just like everybody else. Like today, people don't read. Show them a comic, show them a cartoon. They're there. Oh, you know, but give them a book to read. Or give them an iPad. Oh, give them a book. What is that? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, might cut that time. Cut it. Man, I'll tell you, that's a magic scissors. That was a good investment. Dollarama.
What from the Dollarama?
Dollarama.
Those scissors?
Dollarama.
Really?
Yeah. Not only am I scientific, but I'm frugal. Alright, so with this is basically a little thick, but I just want to wrap this up a bit. Get to whatever size you want. And then just basically loop it around.
Are you going inside?
Yeah, in and out. Just basically to further reinforce that. Okay. And I go all the way around. Screwed up. I screwed up. Okay, that was so bad. And basically, like I said, I'm just putting this in for more or less for reinforcement. You don't have to go all the way around either. It's up to you. You can.
It'll hold the mesh to the...
Hold the mesh and supports and reinforces the material. And again, just keep pushing it so that it's in. Like you knew what you were doing. There we go. And now we have, now you can put that, now if you want, nighttime you can sleep You can attach your ground to that or to the metal, or, there you go, or sometimes I'll do it this way. Now I've got protection. I'm driving down the road and I've got a Faraday hat on my head, copper Faraday. Now, let's say at nighttime you're getting disturbed. You can make another one like this, a loose one, where you can attach a grounding cable to it while you're sleeping. And you might start dreaming again. Because a lot of you are not dreaming anymore, a lot of you are not even sleeping. And this may help. And again, for some of you, depending where you live and how intense the frequencies are, to divert the hit on the head. Okay? And like I said, if you're driving a long distance and you put this thing on your head, you'll be surprised at how alert you are and how less fatigued you are after driving a long distance. When I go out anywhere, I have one of these things on because I get hit. But there you go, your Faraday hat. So for those of you who are targeted individuals, I've just given you a couple of things that you can use. And with this, you can put a baseball cap over it, you can put a toque over it, you know, nobody will even know you had it on. One day I took off, and I forgot I had it on, I was experimenting. I was on my way to the farm, and I stopped at Tim Hortons, and people were looking at me strange. I think, what the hell are you looking at? And I forgot I had the thing on.
You were so comfortable inside of that.
Yeah, I just took off, and my mind was, let's get to the farm, you know, and so I'm gonna get my little, hot chocolate and coffee mixture, and so I'm on my way, and and they're like,
some people were backing their kids off away from you, huh? Like,
well, I was in the drive-thru, and all the drive-thru people were like, what has got that guy got in his head? And I had the ponytail part of it out, so it's like going all over the place, it was one of those French toques, swaggling around here and there kind of thing. So yeah, it was
oh, that's...
And then I thought, oh yeah, I got this thing on. So I didn't take it off. I just kept like nothing was happening, and drank my coffee and kept going. But anyway, but there you go.
Oh, there's the power, and there we go.
Ah.
I just want to finish it off. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, we're in the dark now.
Here, come over on this side.
What happened was the aliens didn't like me showing you guys how to defend yourself. So anyway, can you see?
Yeah.
Am I silhouette?
Well, I can barely see you, but I can still see you.
I'll come out into the light. Okay, now, see, I still got it on. I'm protected. Dave's going a little wacky there. They're beaming him. But anyway, there you have it. So you have 3 things that we just showed you today to help you defend, help you sleep, help you to defer some of these frequencies that you're being targeted with. Okay, this will go a long way in making things a little bit more tolerable for a lot of you. And that fan that I just showed you, for those of you with the nano poisoning who have got it activated, this will go a long way in helping pulling this stuff out. All right, until the next segment or until our power comes back on. See, those demons don't want you to know. Those protocols, those Zionists, they're dangerous people. They turned off the power. They don't want you to know. Anyway, till the next segment, to your house.